obviously COVID came along and just changed everything. So, we are now having to do this because physically being in a room actually is at more risk to certain people and individuals for obvious reasons that come with COVID and things. So then how do we use this as a mechanism of trying to help with teaching and all that kind of thing? So if we're looking at the two different platforms, you mentioned obviously that you guys started off with MS Teams, and the main and absolute benefit of MS Teams is the fact that it's an NHS approved platform in terms of confidentiality and the way that it can function from there. Um, Admittedly, as a video meeting platform, it probably is a little bit behind Zoom in terms of its functionality, and we'll talk a couple of the key points in a second. But the first one is actually just the simple ease of getting onto Teams. Teams is actually a lot more difficult compared to Zoom to actually just start a meeting. And also because it's less developed, typically there's more issues with things like screens freezing, audio not flowing as well. And that's just because Zoom have been doing it for a lot longer and they've got, different servers and that kind of stuff that help to do that. As time goes on, that is improving, and clearly the pandemic made them change a lot of that stuff. So they have improved the way they do things. But you're right. One of the key differences a lot of people find when they use Teams is that the way it presents people on screen is completely different to Zoom. Zoom, you can have it set to kind of speaker view, like what we're using right now to record this with, or you can have the gallery view where you can have, all the different people on the screen. And the capacity for the number of people who can have on screen on Zoom is actually a lot higher. So the default setting is up to 25, although there are options of making it up to 49. And over 49, you get extra screens that you have to shuffle through. Whereas with Teams, it's actually a lot smaller. And even the way it presents yourself, it puts people in different sizes, which is completely random as well. That's the most annoying part. You can't really change the sizes and that kind of stuff. And then once it hits its capacity, you just get people at the bottom in kind of like their avatars and stuff. So that can impact the amount and the ability for you to engage and interact with people when you're doing it. And I think that is sometimes an issue. And I know for when you're having medium to larger groups, when you want to be able to see how well you're being received with the information you're sharing and you're discussing, that can make the engagement a lot more challenging.